Hello 8th graders, we're back again to talk to you about your transition to the high school next year in this installment of 8th grade SLIC. One of the biggest changes between middle school and high school is the way that classes are scheduled, so this video is going to focus on block scheduling. How and when your classes take place at DMS is very different from the high school, and adapting to this new block schedule will be one of the most challenging things for some of you as you begin your 9th grade year. Now, DMS has a pretty traditional schedule with 7 periods of classes lasting 45 minutes each and a 30-minute lunch. At DMS, you take your 4 core academic classes for the entire year, while your unified arts classes change every quarter. At Fox Chapel Area High School, their schedule is quite different. On a block schedule, you will only have 4 periods a day, but the classes are 80 minutes long. You'll still have a 30-minute lunch. Now, because the classes are 80 minutes long, missing 1 day of class at the high school is like missing 2 days of class here at DMS, and this is why attendance is so important next year. Take a look at period 3. This is when lunch occurs. You may have lunch before, during, or after your 3rd period class, and when you have lunch depends on the class that you have for period 3. At Fox Chapel Area High School, lunches are not grade specific, meaning you may have lunch with students from 9th, 10th, 11th, or even 12th grade. Now back to how your classes are scheduled. Just because you only have 4 periods a day does not mean that you'll be taking 4 classes for the year. You'll have 4 classes each semester for a total of 8 classes for the year. You'll have the same schedule for semester 1, and at the halfway point in the year, the 2nd semester starts. Once the 2nd semester starts, you'll start a whole new schedule. For example, let's say you have Algebra 2 for your 1st period class in the 1st semester. At the halfway point in January, when the 2nd semester starts, you'll then move on to Biology 1 as your 1st period class and finish that out for the rest of the year. Now, the guidance counselors will do their best to separate your math and science and English and social studies so that you have them during separate semesters, and most courses will end with a final exam. Now, you may be asking yourself, why use the block schedule? Well, there are many benefits. First, by only taking a limited number of classes, you as a student are able to focus more on the material. Additionally, the extra time allows teachers to go more in depth on subject matter. And lastly, the block schedule more closely resembles the type of schedule colleges use, thereby making the transition to college a little easier. Another big change at the high school is that the school day starts about 1 hour earlier. Here at DMS, we typically arrive between 8 and 8:20 a.m. However, at Fox Chapel Area High School, the school day begins between 7 and 7:20 a.m. Now, because you're starting your day an hour earlier, the day will end about an hour earlier. Dismissal at Fox Chapel Area High School begins at 2:25 p.m. A final big difference about scheduling at the high school is that there is no more home base. Instead, they have something called QRT, which stands for Quality Resource Time. QRT is like home base in that it's where students start their day every day. There can be lessons, activities, and also time for students to meet with teachers to ask questions or get some extra help in their classes. On some days, the high school has something called Super QRT, which is extended from 7:30 until 8:30. This is very much like an AM activity schedule here at DMS. Now, you need to be aware that most students will be in the same QRT from 9th grade until they graduate in 12th grade. Additionally, most QRTs are based on last name alphabetically, but some are based on extracurricular activities such as student council. One thing is for sure though, folks, it is a big change in how your day goes at the high school. The large majority of students really enjoy the block schedule, and we feel confident that you will appreciate this change in scheduling.